everyone, my name is Henrik and welcome to the next episode in the vlog series From Data to Value. So today we are talking about what are the core building blocks that you need to work on to be data AI ready. Now, before I do anything else, thank you everyone that's been commenting or being part already engaging. It's been quite overwhelming, but the level of comments and the detail we have been going into, Giovanni, Mick, Christian, thank you. I feel it's like it's taken to the next level because the questions are opening up the next level of the ideas. So thank you for that. Keep it coming, guys. Now, what we're doing today is building on last episode. What is the core implication? What's the fundamental implication of saying that you want to be data AI ready? Now, with that, we now move on to the building blocks. So essentially, the core areas to work on to be data AI ready. How to look at that? The way I see it and the way I want to describe it on the highest level is actually start thinking like you're a venture capitalist and you would go in and assess and value your company based on, do you have the core capabilities in place, or how good are you at these fundamental things that needs to be in place? The bottom line, the secret in the sauce here, the value that we're going for, operational value, it's a product multiplier of these fundamental building blocks. So what I mean with this is that if you take one of them into zero, your operational value is zero. So I will highlight now innovation capital. I will highlight human capital. I will highlight structural capital, the three main areas that I think is important. And then I will highlight two more things. I will highlight systemic balanced change. We're going to talk a lot about that. Number 4 and number 5, executive immersion. So what we have now is things that really needs to be part of your storyline to make this work. Now, let me take them piece by piece now. Just very briefly, we're going to spend a lot of deep dives on all of these areas later, but just to paint the picture now. If I say innovation capital, what am I talking about? You need to have a structured approach how to continuously innovate. We are in a paradigm shift. This is not a project anymore. This is not a digitalization project, guys. We went from agricultural society to industrial society. We're going from industrial to AI-first society. It's a paradigm shift. So your way to continuously innovate and do that lean, what's your ability in this area? How do you do that? And then ultimately with data, how to innovate with data. How to actually be able to translate business problem into AI problem or data problem, and ultimately building up the assets so you can do it faster by reusing what you've already done. Innovation capital. Human capital, we need to dig into that in the coming vlogs. What is human capital core capabilities on an enterprise or team level? You know, having the collaboration culture, having the innovation culture, having the culture of a learning organization. This is, as a company, how do I get that? And then on an individual level, it's about data literacy and talent, stuff like this. Structural capital, technology, of course, is a core piece. And linking it back to DAIR, how do I organize my technology around the DAIR model? What are the technologies I need to go through the DAIR model? And DAIR, we talked about last time. So if to catch on, to follow, watch the last vlog to know what I'm talking about. Operations, organization as another key part of your structural capital. Now, so these three main areas, first ones. Then we talk about your ability to drive enterprise change. We're going to talk about systemic balanced change. I'm going to lay that out, but in a nutshell, this is not a project anymore. We are talking about a paradigm shift that is coming into all parts of what your business model is all about. So then you need to drive it in a different way. If you're an enterprise, you want to drive it in a way so you have the speed and innovation of the smallest team, but without fragmenting, keeping the course going as an enterprise, creating enterprise value. And the last point now I want to highlight, I call it executive immersion. Shout out to Peter Wissinger, who at DSML had a campfire session where we talked about this topic in very nice detail. So executive immersion means the executives need to be part of the journey. Why? They need to understand what is the fundamental how of the new company I'm leading. If they don't understand that, they're lost. General management will not work if your general management is trying to do an analog business and you now are all into data, AI-ready business. So these are the core building blocks. I'm going to stop here right now, and we're going to dig into these different core components one by one in our different deep dives. But the bottom line is that we are building a vision now. So the things I'm talking about, don't be scared. This is the kind of things that you need to have in mind what your end game is all about. Not an executive end game, but how does it work? Because if we have that end game in mind, start with the end in mind, Stephen Covey said, by the way, you can take it all back and think about, how do I then need to organize my change to make that work? So with that, keep commenting, keep subscribing, follow this, get engaged. I love this topic. We want to move AI data first, or we have to. Until the next one, have a nice one.